Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome back to Donkey Kong Country! Last time we took on the first 3 levels of Gorilla Glacier, some of the most difficult levels out there, ice levels and barrel shenanigans, all the things that, trip people up in the Donkey Kong Country games. But thankfully we're kind of a little bit past that now, and to start things off this time we have a water level called Croctopus Chase. This is the 3rd underwater level. In one of my videos, I made a comment about there being only 3 underwater levels in this game, when there are actually 4, and that is because I forgot about the one in World 3. Because I knew that there was the regular one, I knew that there was an ice one, and I knew that there was the toxic one. But the second underwater level that was in the 2 parts ago now, it wasn't really that memorable. I mean, I guess it has clams, that's the big gimmick. So I guess I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, basically there are 4 underwater levels in this game, and this is the 3rd one. Underwater level starting to get a little bit more complex now, a little bit more lengthy. This one, of course, the gimmick is you got these guys, and they turn into these crazy spinning things like Sonic the Hedgehog bootlegs, and they chase after you along narrow pathways, which as long as you just keep swimming, and you kind of avoid those guys. I was about to say that they're not that difficult, but then as soon as I was about to say that, I made a mistake. So, what else is new? Also, sometimes you get these points when you get barrels that shoot you directly downwards, which is kind of weird. Also, as a kid, I always noticed that there was that little bit of a middle area there that you couldn't get into. I think you can go through a wall somewhere here? Yes, right here. And then this kind of allows you to access this middle area that you are normally shot straight past, and get the O. I remember I was so impressed with myself as a kid when I figured that out. I was like, yes! That is, no one else would ever find that but me. But, of course, everybody probably knew about it. It's a neat little secret, though. Again, that kind of, going through wall trick. That was present a little bit in this game, especially in underwater levels, but it would become a big thing in Donkey Kong Country 2, especially. And just like that, we are already halfway there, and the arrow points you which way to go. I guess it's useful. In case you come back to life and you don't remember which way you're supposed to be going, because sometimes underwater levels can get kind of crazy. They're not always just left to right. Sometimes you got to go up, down, and all over the place. But yeah, I'm guessing that this lake is probably pretty frozen. DK is probably pretty cold right now. I'm not sure how resistant gorillas are to freezing cold waters, but probably still feel pretty cold. Speaking of the cold. This is, of course, being recorded a few days before it goes live, but it is February, and right now where I am, we are having, record high temperatures for February, which is pretty freaking cool. I mean, of course, it kind of means that global warming is coming and that the whole world is going to be destroyed, but I can't complain about not having to shovel the driveway. I don't really miss the snow, I'm not gonna lie, and I guess it's a good conversation to have while doing the while doing the ice world. If you go through the wall here, you have an on-guard animal token. Man, we are so close to running into an Animal Buddy bonus game. I don't really want that to happen yet. I don't want to, not show off secrets, which usually include them. So we'll see what happens. But see, if I were to get another Animal Buddy token right now, it would take me all of the way back to the checkpoint, and that was 3 minutes ago. And I don't feel like redoing that 3 minutes for a couple of extra lives that I don't need. That is just shenanigans. On the left here. In a very, not well-hidden secret, I always felt. Because, I mean, unlike some walls where it's like, oh man, it's super cryptic, this one, it kind of looks kind of obvious, I guess. You got a 1-up and you get on guard, but we're, at the end of the level anyway. So it's like they waited a little bit too long to give him to you. I don't think on guard appears earlier on in the level. I think that's the first time you can pick him up in this level. I also don't think you can kill these guys with on guard. Yeah, you can't, so... I guess just for the speed factor. On guard's kind of useful for that. Let's not die. If I had known that this was about to happen, I would have totally kept on guard. But there you go. That gives us all the Kong letters for an extra life, and we beat the level with Diddy. There you go. That is Croctopus Chase. Underwater levels, like I said, don't have... what is it called? They don't have bonus games, so nothing to really go back and look for there. But yeah. With that, Cranky's Cabin, what words of wisdom does he have for us today? This here's Rhino Country, despite the fact that we've had On Guard and Espresso, although we haven't seen Ramby. We used to have to survive with the 2-frame walk. Oh man, those were the days. Sometimes our sprites used to change size for no apparent reason. Oh man, technology sure has advanced. We never had any of this fancy 3D stuff. Oh no, we had to survive on what we had. You know, there's nothing wrong with 8-bit. And what we did have, we were happy with. It's so true. I can't stand people today who are like, oh man, those games are awful. Look at the graphics. They're nothing like we have today. It's like, it doesn't mean the game's not fun. Don't be so simple-minded. So all of you watching this and enjoying the classics and even playing along with me, thank you. I appreciate that. Never forget how awesome gaming was. But with that said, Torchlight Trouble is next up on the list, and in this level, we actually see Squawks for the first and, I believe, you know, considering my track record of incorrect things I've possibly said this Let's Play, don't take it too seriously, but I'm pretty sure this is the only time we see Squawks throughout the Let's Play, or throughout the game, rather. He would become a kind of, you know, much more crucial animal buddy. Wow, that's the O already? In the later games where, you know, you would, you know, grab onto him and you'd be able to fly around, and you would even transform into Squawks and be able to fly around. That was one thing. There was actually a little bit of a debate going on in the comments of one video I saw. In this game, inside of levels, you don't transform into animal buddies like you do in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, like where you would go into a Squawks barrel or a Ramby barrel or an On Guard barrel, and you would actually transform into that animal buddy rather than just kind of riding on top of them. Yeah, that was kind of weird. These guys. Yeah, you don't do that in this game with the exception of the bonus games that, you know, I hate so much because, you know, who needs those extra lives? But yeah, otherwise you don't actually transform into animal buddies in this game. But that became a huge staple of Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, of course, where, I don't know, I thought it was kind of neat. We have a barrel here. I'm guessing it's probably meant to be used to open a wall. Okay, there we go. We're already at the exit, but does this level truly only have one bonus game? Kind of debating that. I don't know. Also, we have this one again. We have a tire on the left. Not entirely sure why. I don't think it like does more damage to him if you fall on him from a distance, so seems kind of pointless, but obviously, you know, that tire obsession that someone who designed this game had even has started leaking into the bonus games now that don't necessarily need tires. So that's kind of crazy. Anyway, I think just a couple more should hopefully do it. There we go. Oh no! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh no, I was really afraid for a second that we were going to have a bonus game there. Okay, I think we have 2 Winkies, 2 Expressos, 2 On Guards, and now 2 Rambys. That's craziness. Anyway, so yeah, say bye to Squawks. That's pretty much, I think, all we're going to see of him in this Let's Play. And no, we missed a bonus game somewhere. But we have unlocked Candy! 5 levels later, you can now finally save your game! Everybody rejoice. I know I was as a kid. That was like the greatest feeling. Finally being able to save your game after 5, definitely not so easy levels. But I loved that feeling as a kid. You know, just knowing that there were consequences to not playing well. And they encouraged you to get better by knowing that, you know, oh man, if I get game over, I might actually, you know, have to replay some of the levels and I might have to redo some stuff. And I think that, you know, people like, oh man, I don't want to have to replay part of the level. That's kind of dumb. But I think it's a consequence that's... Okay. That's kind of an obvious bonus game. I'm not sure why I didn't find that last time. But you know, it's having that potential for failure that encourages you to try to get better. Because in games today, if you know if you die, you know, you might have to replay maybe 15 seconds of a level or something like that. You're not gonna really try to get better. You're just gonna say, okay, you know, I'll just kind of, you know, keep half butting it. You know, without saying the A word, I guess, like not trying super hard. Well, but basically what I'm trying to say is, once you finally overcame that challenge, like, yeah, it kind of sucked when you had to beat 5 levels in a row before you could save, and maybe you died on the 4th or 5th one. Yeah, it felt kind of rotten. But once you finally overcame that, it felt awesome, and you knew you were getting better, and you felt like you could, you know, take on the world. And that's a feeling that I love to experience in video games, but it just doesn't happen nearly as much today, which really is a shame. But, you know, all this talk about, you know, being able to save and not being able to save, let's do it! Save my progress, Candy. If the power goes out, doesn't even matter. It's totally your save point. Although if the power went out, it would kind of mess up the video, which would kind of suck. But there you go. I don't think we've seen this screen in a little while. 62% complete. Very nice. And I don't think we have missed any bonus games. Watch me probably be wrong about that. But here, to finish the main, I want to say, to finish the levels of this world, but we still have a boss to take care of after this, we have Rope Bridge Rumble, which once again takes us to the treetops, where, as I think I mentioned in the last part, we're going to have tire shenanigans, and I don't know, can you see it just a little bit down to the left? We got a bonus game. It's hidden in the floor, like many bonus games in this game like to be, and there's bananas all over the place. And, okay, there's Winky. It's kind of weird that Cranky mentioned that it was Ramby country, considering we've had every... Wow. See, like, that's what I'm talking about hitboxes in this game not making sense. Like, that's kind of dumb. Like, there, okay, I finally got it. But see, if that was, like, Radley from the second game, it definitely would have had a no questions asked. If I'm touching the tire, I definitely would have got the K. But yeah, Ramby's the only animal buddy we actually haven't seen in this world, which is kind of hilarious, unless I'm forgetting, which is totally possible. I'm not gonna lie about that. Okay, but we're gonna need to get off Winky if we want to get the O, which we actually don't really need to get. Don't disappear. There we go. I was actually very afraid for a second that Winky was going to disappear. And if we bounce on that tire, we come up here and have another tire. This is one of those rolling ones. Is there any benefit to it? No! Okay. Is there any benefit to trying to roll that? Can we roll this? No, we actually can't roll this one. Is there anything up here? I don't think so. We got some bouncing guys. Got some bananas. We got another tire that moves here. I made a comment in one part about the zingers and how their color did not determine kind of, you know, if they were defeatable or not. But I think that enemy color in this game more corresponds to the kind of behavior that enemies have, where like the brown or yellow zingers kind of stay stationary, and the green ones kind of have an arcing kind of pattern that they go in. Similar to in the Mario games, how green paratroopers will fly forward, but red ones will either fly up and down or left and right, which is kind of interesting. Also, we have to bounce on this thing. Is there a bonus game around here? Yes, there is. I think this is the second and final one of this level. Oh no! If I win this, we have to do a bonus game, and I really don't want to. So I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to do each one with my eyes closed. If I get all three somehow with my eyes closed, we will do it. But if not, then happy days. So I'm going to close my eyes and jump. Okay, we got Winky. Not looking, and jump. And it wasn't Winky. If I had somehow gotten that, I would have been the luckiest person in the world. But, actually, I guess not. It would have been really unlucky, because I totally don't have any desire to get more 1-ups, considering we are actually almost done this world. And we probably won't need, you know, really too many lives for the boss. Because as you are going to see, this is when the rehashing begins. We have really Gnawty Rampage. And yeah, I guess it's funny, for all the technological advances that Donkey Kong Country had, 2 of the bosses in this game are just rehashes. Where they kind of change the color and they change the attack pattern, but otherwise it's actually the same boss. So that, I always thought that was kind of funny. I'm like totally losing my voice from talking too much. So yeah, I always thought that was kind of weird. It always reminded me of Super Mario World, where you have kind of repeat bosses, but you know, even though they're considered different Koopa Kids, it's clear that the colors are just changed. And maybe, you know, the battle rooms were made a little bit different, like adding Potobos or something like that. But yeah, that was World 4. It's kind of an anticlimactic ending. The boss is just really, really simple compared to how difficult some of the levels are. But with that, Creme Croc Industries is up next, and it has what is, I was about to say by far the best. In my opinion, you can't go wrong with the factory levels, with the music, with the kind of just the theme. I always complain that Mario needs more, you know, industrial factory levels with good music. That would make me buy another 2D Mario platforming game. But with that said, or even like another 3D Mario platforming game, not just, you know, that doesn't always have to be nature. Donkey Kong Country proved that you can take, you know, an industrial setting and add it to a platforming game, and it can still be awesome. So just like that, World 4 down, 2 more worlds to go, and I hope you'll join me next time when we start World 5. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next time for more. So thanks, and see you later.